G'day, I'm Keys. We all dream of seeing the world's most stunning landscapes, those postcard-perfect places that call to our spirit of adventure. But here's the thing, Mother Nature has a raw, untamed power, and in peak summer, some of the most beautiful destinations on Earth transform into treacherous, unforgiving environments. The very sun that illuminates their beauty can become your greatest adversary. We're talking about extreme heat, a silent predator that can catch even the most seasoned traveler off guard. It's a force that demands more than just a sense of adventure. It demands respect, knowledge, and meticulous preparation. This isn't about scaring you away from these incredible places. Far from it. This is about equipping you with the survival mindset needed to face them head-on and come out the other side not just alive but with a story to tell. Understanding the unique challenges of each environment, the scorching air, the blistering ground, the relentless sun, is the first and most critical step. It's about knowing when to push forward and, just as importantly, when to seek shelter. These destinations are absolutely worth the journey, but you have to be smart. You have to be prepared. So join me as we journey into the heart of the world's hottest spots. We'll explore the dangers that lurk beneath the shimmering heat haze and, crucially, learn the survival strategies that will keep you safe. From the desolate beauty of Death Valley to the humid intensity of Southeast Asia, we'll cover the essential tactics for thriving where others might falter. This is your ultimate guide to surviving summer in places where the heat itself is the biggest challenge. Let's get into it. Our first stop is a place whose name says it all, Death Valley. This is the hottest, driest, and lowest national park in the United States, a land of extremes where survival is a constant battle. In the summer months, this place isn't just hot, it's a furnace. We're talking about ground temperatures that can fry an egg, and air temperatures that have officially reached 134 degrees Fahrenheit, or 56.7 Celsius, the highest reliably recorded temperature on Earth. The air is so dry it can suck the moisture right out of your body before you even realize you're sweating. This is where dehydration becomes a lethal, fast-acting enemy. You can lose liters of water just by breathing and walking. Without constant replenishment, your body will begin to shut down with terrifying speed. The key to survival here is water, and lots of it. The official recommendation is to carry at least 1 gallon or about 4 liters of water per person per day. But frankly, I'd carry double that if I were hiking. Your vehicle is your lifeline, never stray too far from it, and make sure it's in perfect working order with a full tank of fuel. The biggest mistake people make is underestimating the sun's power and attempting strenuous activity like hiking during the middle of the day. That's a potential death sentence. All activity must be limited to the very early morning, before the sun gains its full, blistering strength, or after it has set. The landscape is brutally beautiful, but it is also brutally unforgiving. Respect the warnings. Roads can be closed, and trails are often signed with extreme heat danger alerts for a reason. Listen to them. Your plan should revolve around avoiding the peak heat between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Use this time to stay in an air-conditioned vehicle or building. Wear light-colored, loose-fitting clothing to reflect the sun and allow air to circulate. A wide-brimmed hat is not a fashion accessory here. It's a critical piece of survival gear. Death Valley will test your limits, but with the right preparation and a deep respect for its power, you can witness its stark, otherworldly beauty and live to tell the tale. Next, we venture into the largest hot desert in the world, the Sahara. This is a vast, formidable expanse of sand and rock that stretches across North Africa, an environment so harsh it has shaped human history. In summer, the Sahara becomes an immense solar oven. Temperatures regularly soar above 120 degrees Fahrenheit or 49 Celsius, and the sun is relentless, beating down from a cloudless sky. The danger here isn't just the ambient heat, it's the radiant heat coming off the sand, which can be significantly hotter. Direct exposure can lead to severe burns on unprotected skin in a surprisingly short amount of time. The sheer scale of the desert means that if you get into trouble, help is a very, very long way away. Packing for the Sahara is a science. You need to think like the people who have survived here for millennia. That means covering up. Long, loose-fitting robes, or ganduras, are not just for tradition, they are a masterpiece of environmental adaptation. They protect the skin from the sun's direct rays while allowing air to circulate, creating a microclimate around your body that helps with cooling. A headscarf, or chechi, is essential for protecting your head, face, and neck from the sun and blowing sand. Your survival kit must include high SPF sunscreen, sunglasses that block UVA and UVB rays, and of course a massive supply of water. You must treat water like gold in this environment. Your entire day must be structured around avoiding the sun's peak intensity. Nomadic peoples of the Sahara have always known this. Activity happens in the cool of the early morning and the late afternoon. The midday hours are for rest, for finding shade, whether it's a rock outcropping, a tent, or the shadow of a camel. Pushing yourself through the heat of the day is a recipe for disaster, leading to heat exhaustion or worse, heat stroke, which can be fatal. The Sahara is a place of profound silence and breathtaking beauty, but it demands your utmost respect. Plan carefully, travel with experienced guides, and always listen to the wisdom of the desert. You might think that survival challenges are only found in remote wilderness, but our next destination proves that danger can thrive in the heart of a city. Welcome to Phoenix and Tucson, Arizona, during the summer. These sprawling urban centers become concrete jungles of intense, oppressive heat. For months on end, from June through September, daily temperatures routinely exceed 110 degrees Fahrenheit, or 43 Celsius. The record in Phoenix stands at a staggering 122 degrees. What makes this environment uniquely dangerous is the urban heat island effect. Asphalt, concrete, and buildings absorb the sun's radiation all day and then release it slowly through the night, meaning there's very little relief even after sunset. The risks here are insidious. It's not just about getting a sunburn. We're talking about second-degree burns from everyday surfaces. A metal door handle, a car's seatbelt buckle, or even the pavement can become hot enough to cause serious injury in seconds. Children and pets are especially vulnerable. The air itself feels like it's coming from a blast furnace. Any outdoor activity during the peak heat of the afternoon is extremely hazardous. People who work outside, construction crews, landscapers, have to adopt incredibly strict schedules, often starting their days before dawn to avoid the worst of the heat. For the unprepared visitor, a simple walk from a car to a store can be draining and dangerous. Surviving the Arizona summer is about adaptation and avoidance. Hydration is non-negotiable. You should be drinking water constantly, even when you're indoors and don't feel thirsty. Local wisdom is to avoid the outdoors entirely between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. if you can. This is the time to explore the region's excellent museums, galleries, and indoor attractions. If you do venture out for a hike in the beautiful surrounding mountains like Camelback or Pistewa Peak, it must be done at sunrise, and you must be off the trail before the heat truly sets in. Too many rescues happen every year involving tourists who misjudge the intensity of the Arizona sun. It's a beautiful state, but in summer you have to play by its fiery rules. From the dry heat of the American Southwest, we travel to the Arabian Peninsula, to the ultra-modern cities of Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Here, the challenge isn't just extreme heat, it's the crushing combination of high temperatures and intense humidity. In July and August, temperatures consistently hit 115 degrees Fahrenheit or 46 Celsius, but the humidity can make it feel much hotter. This combination is particularly dangerous because it hinders the body's primary cooling mechanism, sweating. When the air is already saturated with moisture, your sweat can't evaporate effectively, leaving you feeling sticky, overheated, and at a much higher risk of heat stroke. The air becomes thick, heavy, and difficult to breathe. Life in these cities during the summer is a testament to human engineering and adaptation. The entire society retreats indoors into a world of powerful air conditioning. From sprawling shopping malls that contain ski slopes and giant aquariums, to luxurious hotels and indoor theme parks, the infrastructure is designed to create a bubble of comfort against the oppressive outdoor climate. You can spend an entire holiday here and barely step outside. This reliance on indoor attractions is a survival strategy in itself. Even the bus stops are air-conditioned. It's a surreal experience, stepping from a perfectly chilled mall into a wall of heat that feels like it can physically knock you back. The government takes the heat so seriously that there are laws in place to protect outdoor workers. During the hottest part of the day, typically from 12:30 p.m. to 3 p.m., all outdoor construction and labor is legally required to stop. This midday break is a life-saving measure. For a visitor, this should be a clear signal. If it's too dangerous for seasoned professionals to be working outside, it's certainly too dangerous for a tourist to be sightseeing. If you must be outside, limit it to the very early morning for a walk along the beach, or the late evening when the city comes alive after the sun has set. These cities offer incredible luxury, but in summer, the price of admission is respecting the raw power of their climate. Now we journey to a region often called the cradle of civilization, but in summer it becomes one of the hottest places on the planet, southern Iran and Iraq. Cities like Avaz in Iran and Basra in Iraq regularly experience some of the most extreme temperatures ever recorded for urban areas. It's not uncommon for the mercury to climb past 125 degrees Fahrenheit or 52 Celsius. In 2017, Avaz recorded a mind-bending heat index, what the temperature actually feels like when combined with humidity, of 142 degrees Fahrenheit or 61 Celsius. This is a level of heat that is at the very threshold of human survivability. It's a dry, searing heat that turns the air into a convection oven. In these conditions, life fundamentally changes. The rhythm of the day is dictated entirely by the sun. Streets that would be bustling in cooler months become eerily quiet during the afternoon. Everything shuts down. People retreat into their homes, using thick curtains to block out the sun and relying on air coolers or air conditioners if they have them. The concept of siesta is not a luxury here. It is an essential survival mechanism. The primary challenge is staying hydrated in an environment where your body is losing water at an alarming rate. Folks drink copious amounts of water and traditional beverages like dew, a yogurt drink, to replenish salts and fluids. For any traveler, venturing into this region during the summer requires extreme caution and an understanding of the local way of life. All outdoor activities must be confined to the bookends of the day. The early morning, just as the sun rises, offers a brief window of relative coolness. The evening, long after the sun has set and the ground has begun to release its stored heat, is when public life resumes. Parks and bazaars come alive late at night. Limiting your exposure is paramount. You must think in terms of minutes, not hours, when outside during the day. This is a land of incredible history and culture, but in summer it's ruled by a sun that demands total surrender. Let's head down under, to the wild and rugged top end of Australia. This region, encompassing places like Darwin and Kakadu National Park, presents a double threat during its summer, which runs from November to April. This period is known as the wet season, or more colloquially, the buildup. First, you have the intense heat, with temperatures hovering in the 90s Fahrenheit or mid-30s Celsius. But what makes it truly punishing is the staggering humidity, which often pushes the feels-like temperature well into the triple digits. It's a thick, soupy, oppressive heat that saps your energy and leaves you perpetually drenched in sweat. It's a physical endurance test just to walk down the street. But the heat is only part of the story. The wet season brings with it torrential downpours, spectacular lightning storms, and widespread flooding. Roads can become impassable, cutting off entire communities and making travel unpredictable and often impossible. This is also when the local wildlife becomes a significant factor. The rising waters bring saltwater crocodiles, or salties, one of the most dangerous predators on the planet, into areas where they aren't normally found, including flooded billabongs and even roads. On top of that, you have the threat of deadly box jellyfish in the coastal waters, making a refreshing swim a potentially fatal gamble. Surviving the top-end summer is about being flexible, informed, and incredibly cautious. Your travel plans must have contingencies for flooding and road closures. Always check local conditions and warnings before setting out. When it comes to the heat and humidity, you must pace yourself, drink huge amounts of water, and seek air conditioning whenever possible. Heed all warning signs about crocodiles and jellyfish. They are not suggestions. Many popular hiking trails and swimming spots are closed during the wet season for safety reasons. While the landscape is incredibly lush and alive during this time, it's also at its most dangerous. It's a raw, powerful display of nature that you have to respect from a safe distance. Our final destination is the vibrant and sprawling region of Southeast Asia, including countries like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and the Philippines. During the hot season, typically from March to May, this part of the world becomes a crucible of heat and humidity. While the thermometer might only read 95 degrees Fahrenheit or 35 Celsius, the extreme humidity creates a dangerously high heat index. This is the feels-like temperature, and it can easily top 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 Celsius. This is the kind of heat that clings to you, making it feel like you're walking around in a steam room. It's relentless and exhausting, and it can quickly overwhelm the unprepared. A significant and often overlooked challenge in many major Southeast Asian cities like Bangkok or Manila during this season is air pollution. The heat, lack of wind, and urban emissions can combine to create a thick, hazardous smog that hangs over the city. This not only makes breathing uncomfortable but can pose a serious health risk, especially for those with respiratory issues. It adds another layer of stress to the body, which is already working overtime to stay cool. You have to be conscious not of just the heat, but the quality of the air you're breathing. Checking daily air quality indexes should be part of your routine. The key to navigating this environment is strategic planning. Your days should be built around a rhythm of short outdoor excursions followed by long, cooling breaks. Explore the temples or markets in the early morning, then retreat to an air-conditioned cafe, museum, or your hotel room during the brutal midday heat. Stay hydrated with water and electrolyte-rich drinks like fresh coconut water. Make use of the local transport, like tuk-tuks or air-conditioned taxis, to avoid long walks in the sun. The evenings are when life returns to the streets, with incredible night markets and food stalls offering a cooler, more comfortable way to experience the local culture. It's an amazing region, but you have to be smart and give your body the breaks it needs to cope with the climate. We've journeyed through some of the planet's most extreme summer environments, from arid deserts to humid jungles and sprawling urban heat islands. The one constant threat that links them all is the power of the sun. It's crucial to remember that heat-related illnesses like heat exhaustion and heat stroke are not gradual afflictions. They can escalate with terrifying speed. The moment you start feeling dizzy, nauseous, or confused, or if you stop sweating, that's not a warning sign, it's a critical emergency. You must get into a cool place and hydrate immediately. Listening to your body isn't just good advice, it's a survival imperative. The fundamentals of heat safety are your best defense. They are simple, but non-negotiable. First, hydration. Drink water constantly more than you think you need, and supplement with electrolytes. Second, clothing. Wear lightweight, loose-fitting, and light-colored clothes to protect your skin and help your body breathe. Third, sunscreen and a hat. These are your essential shields against the sun's damaging rays. And finally, timing. Structure your day around the climate. Avoid the outdoors during the peak heat hours. Be an early bird or a night owl. These simple precautions can be the difference between an incredible adventure and a medical disaster. Ultimately, the best way to experience these magnificent, challenging destinations is to visit them during their cooler, more temperate months. Traveling in the shoulder seasons or the local winter will not only be safer but infinitely more enjoyable. You'll be able to hike those trails, explore those ancient ruins, and immerse yourself in the culture without the constant, oppressive threat of extreme heat. Adventure is about pushing your limits, but true survival is about having the wisdom to know when not to. Plan smart, respect the environment, and you'll have stories to tell for a lifetime. Stay